Hello everybody and welcome to quarantine workout number 19. It is 19 this time. I know I was a little bit confused last time. So you're just going to start with your general warm-up for this workout, and then we're going to go right into a circuit, and this circuit is going to include the walkouts and the corrective squats. The way it's going to go, you're going to go 4 rounds through this circuit. The first time through you're going to go 10 walkouts, then the second time through you're going to go 8, then 6, and then the 4th round you're going to do 4. And on each of those walkouts, you're gonna double the amount of push-ups that you're doing. So the first round, 10, you're gonna do with 1. Then the second round, 8, you're gonna go with 2. Then round 6, you're gonna go with 4. Then round 4, you're gonna do each of those with 8 push-ups. So you're gonna stack up some push-ups as we go through this. For the corrective squats, it's the same as the number of walkouts. 10, 8, 6, 4, and then you're going to grab the TRX, or if you have a homemade apparatus, you're going to grab that, and you're going to go through 3 position row, and each round that's going to stay at 6 times through. So as you remember, 3 position row, you're pulling palms up, palms in, palms down, and on the last one, the palms down, the elbows go out to the side, up, in, down, up, in, down, and you go through that 6 times. Remember, you always want to stay in control with the plank, keep the core engaged, and you want to keep tension in the strap as well. So you're keeping tension in the TRX, and you're keeping tension in your body from your shoulders to your heels. All right? After you finished your 4 rounds of the previous circuit, time to move on to the main work, circuit number 2. We're going to go through this circuit 5 rounds. First thing you're going to do, down on the ground, you're going to start with the kettlebell. You also may use a med ball. We're doing close press with flutter. Just remember, if you're doing the close press with the med ball, since the med ball is probably not going to be that heavy, make sure that you're grabbing it from the sides and really squeezing it together. Try to crush it. That way you're going to get a little bit more activation out of your pecs. So for the with the kettlebell here, close press with flutter, bring it up to the chest, get that tight kick going, engage the core to the ground, and you want to work with some tempo here, because we're going to be going 30 reps there. Remember, it's a 6-beat kick with the reps 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like when you swim in freestyle, 6-beat kick, right? Got 30 of those. Then go to the edge of a table, or if you have a dip bar, something rigged up, a couple of chairs, whatever you have, just make sure that it's stable. You're going 20 dolphin dips, and then bonus variation here. I like doing them with a clap. It's a little bit more fun. So I'm gonna get down into here like this, and I'm just gonna push up onto my toes a little bit more. And that just assures that you're taking a little bit more of your weight and moving it to your ankles as you're doing that. All right, that's your bonus variation. From there, go back to that kettlebell, and you've got 15 kettlebell swings. Really explosive hips, good connection, core tight. Snap the hips and squeeze the glutes when the weight separates. So when I snap my hips into place, I'm stable here, my shoulders are down and back. I drive the legs. The legs aren't that bent, right? So I drive them, straighten them out, snap the hips, squeeze the quads, the glutes, the abs, and the back. And in doing so, pull yourself into a straight line. You don't want to let go with the core and let the hips get away from you. You just want to be in that plank position, right? Back, front, holds you in a nice straight line. So you got those 15 kettlebell swings. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale with that hip drive. That's where you're going to get that power. That's where you're going to get that speed. It's going to give you more speed from the hips, and it's going to give you more rigidity through your torso, which is going to transfer that force more effectively. After that, this one might take a little bit. So, and there's going to be 2 variations here. We're going to do a combination move. You're going to do a ninja up or a kneeling jump into a high tuck jump, and then you're either going to go right into a jump lunge from there, and that's the more advanced version. That's what I want you to at least try that version. And if it's a little bit too awkward or you can't quite get the balance, then break that up. So the variation is going to be from the kneeling jump to the high tuck jump, back into a standing position, then to the jump lunge, back to the standing position. So the more basic version here, I'll do that one first. Use it as a warm-up. So you're going to be up, high tuck, land, and then back to the center. That's the slightly simpler variation. And you notice I went forward with my right leg. I'm going to do the same one now on this side, or on this rep. So I'm going to jump up from that high tuck jump. I'm going to come down this time in that lunge position. So that one's going to go like this. And it's just a little bit more springiness, a little bit more explosiveness, but you got to be able to get your balance. If you can't get your balance, then just after you get into that high tuck, land, then jump in to that split leg. And then every time, no matter which variation you're doing, you're jumping back up to a neutral position. Now, on the odd reps, you're going to lead with the right leg. On the even reps, you're going to lead with the left leg. So alternating reps, you're going to switch which leg is in front on the jump lunge. You go on those 10 times. After that, go to a bar for pull-ups. Not for a drink, go to a bar for pull-ups. You grab up on the bar, it's going to be 6 here. Really good form. You go for 6, and if pull-ups are hard for you, and you need a spot and you don't have one, or if you really don't have a pull-up bar, you can use this homemade suspension apparatus. The way you would do this is, I would use 2, and I would install them on a door in this way, close that door, and then now I would be standing on this side of the door. I'm going to get rid of this one because obviously I don't have a door. And I'm just going to use the one here, right? So from there, I would grab the loose end, and I probably want to wrap my hands here. You don't have to. I'm going to try not wrapping my hands, but I want to stand with my hands right at my shoulders because this is where I want to be able to pull up to on my pull-up. So from here, imagine I got my back to the door. I'm going to slide down that door and sit into it, and then with my shoulders pressing the door, I'm going to pull up to that position and release myself back down. And what that allows me to do is to use my legs as much or as little as I need to assist that pull-up. So you got 6 pull-ups, and then once you finish that, you're going to grab this med ball and you're going to work through 3 really aggressive slams. So don't be casual about these slams. When I get ready for these slams, I want to set up. I want to really accelerate this med ball up. I want to launch it off the ground like a rocket. Get over it at the top and then slam it down, right? I want to be accelerating my change of direction at the bottom and at the top. So when I do my 3 slams, I really want to approach these with some focus, just like you're getting ready to do a race start. And then I'm going to get there. Done. And then you're going to go through that whole thing for 5 rounds. Have fun.